Now we want to practice plotting linear relationships. So I'm going to give you 4 relationships, and then you can turn around and practice those and then see how I do them. So y equals 3 is the first one you should plot. The second one that you should plot is x equals 1. The third one that you should plot is y equals 3/2 x minus 2. And the fourth one that you should plot is y is equal to -1/2 x plus 3/2. Go ahead and plot those and then see how I do it. Okay, so the first one, y equals 3. This one is, as we said earlier, a horizontal line. No matter what x is, y is always 3. So if x is 0, y is 3. Its y-intercept is 3. But when x is 1, y is still 3. When it's 2, it's 3. And 3, it's 3. 4, it is 3. When x is 5, y is still 3. So the line would continue horizontally to the right. And if we go into negative values, the line would continue to the left. The second equation, x equals 1, means that x is always 1 no matter what y is. So when y is 0, x is 1. When y is 1, x is 1. When y is 2, x is still 1. So x will equal 1 all of the way up, and x will equal 1 all of the way down. So that is a vertical line. The third one, slightly more complicated. I would first look at the intercept. You could make a table and plot it out point by point, but looking at the intercept, we can see that should happen at -2, which is right there on the graph. And then we have a slope that is in a 3:2 ratio. So that means that y must go up 3 every time x goes up 2. So I would increase x2 and y by 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, and so on. And we can go in the other direction. When x goes down 2, y goes down 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. And let us plot those points at the corners of the staircase. We could keep on going 1 more, 2, 3 up here to get 1 more point. And then we have point, point, point. And we can draw in our line. It will look like that. For the final one, this one is a little bit trickier because the y-intercept is not an integer. It's 3/2 or 1.5. So we need to plot that on the graph at 1.5. And then we need to consider that the slope is in a -1:2 ratio. So delta y is -1 whenever delta x is 2. But what might be more useful in this case, since we started halfway between 2 points, is to consider that that would be the same as if delta y over delta x had changed in a -1/2 to 1 ratio. It would still be a slope of -1/2. So every time x goes up by 1, let me change colors here. Every time x goes up by 1, y can go down just a half. X goes up by 1, y goes down a half. X goes up by 1, y goes down a half. X 1.5, 1.5, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, and so on. And in the backwards direction, every time x goes down by 1, y goes up 1/2. 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1.5, and so on. And let me plot out the tops of the staircases, or where and bottoms at the corners here are where, oops, that should be halfway up. I can plot a whole series of points that look like this. And I can connect my dots, draw right through there, and this is what the line should look like. So there we have the 4 lines graphed out using our quick method. You could have written tables out for each and every one of them and accomplished the same thing by plotting a few points and then connecting the line in between. Technically, once you have 2 points, you can draw a straight line. Without a straight edge, it's best to have a series of points in order to draw the line.